Kia.
Man, it is great to be with you again, everybody. The NBA season has now hit full stride. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith on 2K Sport. Tonight, it'll be the San Antonio Spurs up against the Suns out in Phoenix. For Phoenix, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And you take a look back at the Spurs, not just last season, but what they've been able to do for decades now. Shaq, are we witnessing one of the best stretches of any sports franchise?
Yes, I've been beaten by this team. I've beat this team. To have sustained success like the Spurs, it's rare, Ernie. I don't care what sport you're talking about. It started with one of my favorite players, the Admiral, and the young Tim Duncan, but now they're set up for the future. Sugar K. Leonard is the man in San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll look back in 20 years if we're still alive at that time and just shake our heads wondering, how did they do it so long? I mean, this Spurs team is a franchise to model your franchise, not just in basketball. If you're a business, go to the Spurs seminar and you'll learn how to have a great business.
Well said. That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we will see you later.
It's a Western Conference battle here in Phoenix as the Suns look to work the home court advantage. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sidelines. Take a look at the Spurs going up against a capable opponent, but you see their confidence. This one they feel they should win. They'll look to come out strong and show they're the better team.
And they've cemented their status over the course of this season as one of the truly elite teams in the NBA. They've done everything we've expected of them.
Well, their expectations have been high, and their level of play has matched those. They've been tearing it up.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, the development of Kawhi Leonard and the addition of LaMarcus Aldridge have energized the vets on this team and extended the Spurs window. Tony Parker said, it definitely helps that Kawhi and LaMarcus are here and playing great. It makes me want to be here to help all the young guys. It's such a great family and such a great atmosphere that it makes you want to stay. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. The players who are part of that organization seem to want to stay in San Antonio. Brent, as we move to the middle of the season, how do coaches shift in how they prepare for games?
Well, now we're talking about, Kevin, chapter 6, 7, and 8 of the playbook. You're able to go a little bit deeper.
Yes.
You're able to start establishing new sets, and then maybe some of the wrinkles on the old sets that you started the season with. This gives you great confidence and a great challenge mentally for teams to stick with it.
Keeping it fresh for a coach, one of the main things they've got to do during a long season like this.
Well, it really helps the players' mentality to hear different words from the coaches throughout the course of the NBA season.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Leonard and Aldridge, the 2 stars at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot, manning the middle. Warren dishes to Young. Prez kicks to Young. Warren the pass to Prez. No good with the triple. Here's San Antonio now. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
Here's Young following the three-pointer by San Antonio. It's tipped. In transition, here come the Spurs. And that one's good. Parker's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, and even though he's a little older now, Parker still possesses exceptional speed. He really turns on the jets in transition for easy looks like that.
Now, here's Warren. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Young's shot is off. The Spurs have gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. Parker against Young. Dedmon dishes to Parker. Spurs passing it around. That shot wide open. Green's got 6.
Well, good balance and squared up shoulders. If there's one thing Green does better than anything else, it's nailing catch-and-shoot Jays.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And Booker kicks to Bender. No good again that time.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
Yeah, he sat in that mid-range area, which can be a no-man's land defensively, but he quickly moved over to contest.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
And the Suns now are clearly in rebuild mode. I mean, they thought going into the year they'd be able to compete, but last season they had to blow things up, and then you had the injuries as well. So turmoil within this team has led them to look more to the future.
Here's Green. It's rebounded by Prez. One thing you notice when Orange Juice is out there is that they're always looking to get the other one going. No selfishness.
And one of them can drop a few in, and instead of demanding the ball, you know, they look to get the other half going. It says a lot about the chemistry of Prez and Young. And Prez is just brilliant, just has such remarkable initiative and moves well without the ball.
Pheonix shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And he makes the first. That misses, so he splits the free throws. And Brent, you look at how the Spurs played last season, and any other season they might have had the best record in the league.
Well, they did have the best record that Greg Popovich has had as a coach with San Antonio, with 67 wins. And it was under the radar because of the Warriors' historic mark last year with 73. But it was the first time in history that the NBA had two different 35-win teams at the midway point of the season. It set up the stage for an epic showdown, and really some people let down that never happened. And LaMarcus at 6'11" is capable of playing both the power forward spot and, as the league moves forward, the center position. He favors playing the four, but that versatility was huge in the Spurs signing him and keeping him around, something every team would value.
Now here's Prez. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. When you talk about Aldridge at the 4 or at the 5, Brent, which position do you think he's best in?
Well, Kevin, seeing the league going smaller and smaller, he's more skilled, I think, than most centers at that 5 spot. He's got great foot speed, lateral movement's good, and he can stay in front of the smaller players, and that enables him to stay big against small ball lineups.
Green kicks to Dedmon. He dishes it to Parker. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Suns. A tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And nothing went well offensively on this night for them. They were just completely disjointed.
Yeah, about as inept an offensive performance as they're capable of giving, just stale at that end of the floor when it came to their ideas and their execution.
Aldridge. San Antonio again missing. Young with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against New York. Booker with no one around. Another three for Pheonix.
And just amazing awareness there. Prez whipping.
Get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. We have got to do a better job on Leonard. They're going to keep riding his hot hand unless we can fix our perimeter D. We have got to take away his drive. When he makes his move to the basket, I want us to slide over and bring the double team. It starts right now, fellas. Let's go.
No doubt about it. Pop's so good about understanding the feelings and the emotions attached to the game. And on top of that, the priority with which the game should have in your life. And that's the kind of player that they're looking for. They understand that the player has to understand the job, his accountability to his teammates, the role that he's asked to play. And then lastly, just how important basketball is in the grand scheme of things.
Here's Young. Again, Pheonix.
Oh, and the D can't back off of Young. When they do, he hits them with the pull-up.
Now here's Ginobili. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. To the paint. Will it go? And the blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
He really can time those perfectly. What an assist.
A different look now for San Antonio. Lee's checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Parker.
There's no doubt that the biggest free agent splash made in 2015 was the Spurs signing of LaMarcus Aldridge. They'd planned for 3 or 4 years to try and get him to San Antonio, really fitting in the mode of Tim Duncan scoring on that left block. But being close to Dallas, near his family, was a significant factor, along with winning.
Now here's Anderson, following the miss by Justice Young. And Anderson kicks to Lee. 5 to shoot. Puts it up, and that one's good by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 8 points.
Man, he's shooting the ball very well, in addition to creating for both himself and his teammates out there on a roll.
Prez kicks to Warren. Pass to Len. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge. Well, historically, the Suns have always been a more offensive-minded franchise, but their lack of defense really came to harm them last season, Greg. Just couldn't get any stops.
Yeah, the Suns had a tough time challenging shots and preventing easy baskets. Most of their struggles as a team started on the defensive end, had one of the worst opponent field goal marks in the entire league.
And the Spurs making a change here. Bergen is checked in. There's a screen. To Ginobili, a 3-ball. It's not going to go for him. The Suns go the other way with it. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
The game is the first of a 3-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round 1.
And I don't know if I'm going to call these guys rivals, but as conference opponents, they're still familiar with each other. Neither team will want to give an inch in this first meeting.
1:37 left in the first quarter. And Mills kicks to Lee. Dishes it to Ginobili. Back to Lee. Lee, a screen on Young. And here's Mills for 3. Prez with the rebound. Prez has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Young passes to Warren. Now here's Prez. He's covered by Anderson. Here's Len. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
And it's a result of the defense not doing its job in the low post, boxing out and preventing second chance points.
Now here's Anderson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Ginobili, that's for 2, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot.
Just a great catch and shoot player. Ginobili is so good at losing the defender and carving out just enough space to get off a clean shot.
Back to Young. Got a piece of it. Mills with the steal. Anderson dishes to Mills. And a miss there on the triple. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Young kicks to Prez. Ginobili grabs the board. Spurs trail by 4. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Here is Knight. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Len, a screen. Knight kicks to Len. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. Len's got 6 points. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Prez, he's in at the 4 spot. Young is out there with 11. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Bender in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Knicks did not have a great showing. He had 6 points and got on the glass as well with 9 rebounds. It was just a poor shooting night for him. He never got it going, missed a bunch of shots. But he'll be looking to right the ship tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And just not the game he hoped to have, guys.
And I know he felt like he let his team down with that performance, and I'm betting he comes out here tonight with a lot of extra motivation.
Well, if this was a relay race, I might put him in the first leg, get him out to a fast start, draw up a couple high percentage looks for him so he can rebuild that confidence.
And the league is in transition, a healthy debate about who is the league's best player. I'll pose this question to you. If you were going to pick one player, who would it be?
Well, LeBron James is undoubtedly still the best player in the NBA, and if you haven't watched the past 2 NBA Finals, shame on you.
Because he has been historically good in both.
Well, by the time it's all said and done, we've got 4 or 5 years still of LeBron doing what it is that he's done and marching up these incredible ladders, all the statistical significance and history that he's setting. But if we look at some of the young players, Kevin, the interesting debate will be, will Karl Anthony Towns or Anthony Davis be the guy moving forward? I think you'd find it interesting if you took a poll as to which coaches would take which player first. I think you'd be surprised at those results.
Are you saying Towns?
I might say Karl Anthony Towns.
I know. I see the smile on your face. Now here's Prez. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go.
Well, just terrific work from Prez, an absolute genius when it comes to making the right pass.
And here is Parker. He's coming off a 10-point game against Boston. Here's Leonard. Inside. Stolen by Bender. For the 3. The rebound by the Spurs.
Very lazy defense there, but luckily they got bailed out by the missed shot. He won't miss many of those opportunities.
The wide open look here for Aldridge. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Prez with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Leonard, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 4 assists now tonight.
You know, he didn't score the ball much in the first quarter, but he has been really, really solid during the second quarter. I expect a big game from him now.
Now, here is Young. He's got 7. He feeds it to Bender. Banked in off the glass. Bender's got the lead up to 11 now for Pheonix.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
San Antonio's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Aldridge up on top. 11 points last game. Poked loose. Young with the steal. 3-on-3. Here's Prez. And the miss. Not the best shot selection there.
I don't even know why he attempted that shot. Everybody in the building knows that's not in his range. Take a step or 2 in next time, and then we'll talk.
Here's Warren. No good there. Great D that time from Leonard. Spurs trail by 11. To the paint. Here's Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall. Pheonix has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Prez. Suns keep it alive. No good from Booker.
Well, he has more than enough strength to fight through the D and convert that one. I'm surprised he came up short there.
Got that one up quick. Parker's got it back down to within single digits for San Antonio. Pheonix has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9.
Well, a tough year for Danny Green in 2015-16. The worst shooting numbers since his rookie season in the league. I expect a bounce back from him at some point.
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. I love the energy, fellas. I really do. But now we got to keep it up and stay focused. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
Aldridge joining the team and Kawhi Leonard feeling himself out. Danny Green will get back in that slot quickly.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, some of that right now might be a lack of toughness, but you can't combine that with laziness. Guys are not crashing down.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Suns lead by 16. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what do you think was the main issue during the first half?
We didn't make shots.
Thank you for that insightful analysis, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
Good work, guys. Bring it in. Have a seat. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Now stay focused, guys. Let's win this game and go home.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
And the approach of that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
Yeah, every drive has been decisive, and defenders just not keeping up with them. They are having to foul him.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. The defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Parker in at the 1 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Greg Popovich has set the standard with more than 1,500 career victories. Last season, he set the record with his 1850-win season, passing Pat Riley and Phil Jackson. Pop told us that I've been here a long time and I've had good players. That's the formula. Getting the players is difficult. I'm fortunate to have good ones. Guys, he's no glory hound. He knows what makes success.
No, but he can take a lot of the credit regardless, D.A. Thanks.
And as soon as Parker catches the ball, he immediately rises up and pulls the trigger. Love to see the confidence on display there.
And Prez looking very calm as he drills that three-pointer.
And he has the confidence to take that shot when he wants. Nice finish to get his team 3 points.
To the paint from 12 feet out. Dedmon. It's hauled in by Warren. Warren's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. From about 16, kept alive. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And just watching Devin Booker out there, he looks so complete as a shooting guard already. You can see why this team, this Phoenix team, is so excited about his prospects going forward.
Yeah, I mean, and Booker is just a complete package, and with a lot of room to grow his game. I mean, a great shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc, and he's shown that he can be creative in finding ways to put points on the board.
You know, looking at his release and his form, it just seems like something is off, and it's affecting both his shot and, at this point, his confidence.
Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And how about the presence of mind of Bender going right back up with the shot after collecting that offensive rebound?
And there's the feed to Leonard. Stolen by Warren. It's Young on the wing, covered by Parker. Prez passes to Bender. Young with no one around. And Young just drilling the 3 there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Green dishes to Aldridge. Pass to Parker. To the paint. Looking to end the run. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And team chemistry is so interesting to look at, Brent. You see some teams like the Warriors, players accept lesser roles. Andre Iguodala stands out, a Finals MVP 2 years ago. But on other teams, it's a problem. What creates, in your mind, that difference?
I think you have to understand who you are first and foremost. I know Greg Popovich all the time talks about guys checking their ego at the door and understanding how important it is for you to accept your role. And the quicker you do it, Kevin, the more you can accomplish in the season. I played many years in the NBA where a lot of guys did not understand what the coach was asking them to do until after the All-Star break. And after they accepted the role, the team would have this great run of wins, but too late. If it was 2 months sooner, there would have been teams that would have participated in the postseason.
Coaches, GMs, they love the skill, but they also like the mind that goes.
And that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Remember, you're my Pippen, and you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they would.
Up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for the Suns.
I really like how they've been attacking offensively. If the 3-point shot's there, they take it with confidence. And when the lane does open, they are more than willing to attack at the rim.
Here's Ginobili. Shot from the inbound. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And you talk about the Spurs culture. They seem totally unconcerned with who gets the limelight. In fact, Brent, they seem to avoid it.
Yeah, it always is this idea that they dance around those spotlights until it's the biggest of stages. But the team really does have just one agenda, Kevin, and that is becoming the best basketball team that they can by the end of the season. And in some years, that means championships. And in other years, it means just contending for a title. But every year, they're making that push.
There's the pick. 5 on the clock. Prez. Again, Pheonix.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Parker kicks to Aldridge. 13 feet away. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Aldridge has got 14 points.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Now Levens kicks to Prez. Right wing to the middle. Wenger with the bucket. 12 points for him.
Man, his shot on target, guys. They have the lead right now, primarily because of his effort.
Parker outside and stolen by Levens. He feeds it to Bender. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles. Got great position and really bothered the release point.
Ginobili, that's good.
We all know what he can do.
Bring it in. Take a seat. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we want it more than them. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
And he's so good at running pick and rolls, slithering around, using his body.
Here's Parker. Prez in at power forward. Brandon Knight is out there with Young. Then there's Len, and it's Booker in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Pheonix. Young against Parker. 6 to shoot. Count the basket. Anderson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Spurs.
Sometimes it's worth it to find a sliver. Excellent pass there.
It's Young on the wing. Prez passes to Len. The 11-footer, and that one good. Parker with it. And you often see players talking with an official after a call or an on-call. Were you ever able to make headway with the ref by talking to them after a play, whether you agreed, disagreed, or whatever?
Well, the biggest part about it, Kevin, it's all about your approach. So if you walk up to the referees and you're kind and you're courteous, they're going to listen to what it is that you have to say. So it's all about your timing and your approach with the officials to point out something that may be happening in the game or a trend that you see in the early part of the game, just to draw their attention to some of that action during the course of a period.
Did coaches always make players aware of who is officiating and what to look for?
I really never had a coach in a pregame meeting, Kevin, come in and mention the officials who were reffing that game that night. Never happened in my career.
Green against Knight. Green dishes to Aldridge. Now here's Parker. Leonard kicks to Anderson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And don't look now. If there's anything Leonard could improve upon, it's getting his teammates more involved. Exhibit A, that assist.
Len passes to Knight, and that one drops.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
And knowing that's the kind of D the opposition has been playing, he's going straight for the jugular, just like he should.
And it's Aldridge missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
You know, excellent decision making by Young, really breaking apart the defense with his passing.
And the Suns making a change here. Warren's checked in, and San Antonio with the change here too. Dedmon's checked in.
And when you look at the Spurs, it's about the offensive philosophy in terms of ball movement. You look at the numbers, players shoot much more efficiently off of the catch than they do with the dribble. The Spurs exemplify the good to great in ball movement.
For three, Booker unable to get that one. And the Spurs going the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Unloads from 13, and Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 6 assists here tonight. And the Spurs offense, just beautiful basketball. They call it good to great. You pass up a good shot to set up your teammate with a great shot.
Well, I think what they do well, Kevin, is always explore what it is they can get to first. If it happens in the first 6 seconds, they'll take advantage of you. And if they don't, they'll get into the
Pheonix has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. The dish to Levens. Prez with the screen for Young. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots a 3. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here. Well, it's something that we know goes on. So it's the Suns winning easily here. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.
What's up, Steve?
What's going on, Prez? Guys back in the studio want to talk to you.
Perfect.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez.
Hey, Shaq here. You guys played with a lot of confidence. But did you think the win would come this easily?
Man, I don't really think about games like that, man. I go into each one expecting to give it my all and try to get the win. And I expect the same of my teammates. You know, the fact that we won by a lot just means we all put in the effort and basically did what we were supposed to do. Easy as that.
Easy as that. Good job.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. we certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, all 653,000 of them.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.